Another disappointment from NTA. UGC NTA NET June 2024 test has been cancelled. What's happening in Indian higher education system, especially in the examination platforms? A lot of issues recently appeared when it comes to the NEET exam. Now the same sort of or a different sort of issues are present in the NET exam also. Have you ever thought what is the cost of postponing an exam, or what's the cost of cancelling an exam that has been already conducted? You may say it's all about crores of rupees, or it's about the effort of many people behind that. But I will say you're wrong. They are only the small effect. The cost is very big, far bigger than we could ever imagine. The cost is the many sacrifices hundreds or lakhs of students have given for the preparation of this exam. There are countless sleepless nights, hours and hours of classes, sessions, studying, learning. The cost is all about the hundreds of hours they have prepared for pursuing their dream, which many of them can't give anymore in their life. The cost is all about the pursuing of dream, achievement of their dream. For many students, after the provisional or after the unofficial, some answer keys are out, they have already qualified. They believe that they will qualify and they were happy. And after one day, the exam is getting cancelled. Many of them are traumatized. They can't attend the exam anymore in their life with a prepared manner due to many other circumstances which we can't understand. The cost is all about the hours of time, hours of positive or productive relationship time they have compromised. Many of the students who are writing that exam will be having a family. They have compromised many hours of time of their family life, especially for parents, their productive time with their children and many with babies. That's what they have compromised. They can't replace it, or they can't compensate it. And the similar way, if they want to prepare again for the exam, they will not be having such a time. That's a cost which is irreversible. And the final cost, and I will say the most important negative impact of such an exam postponement, is about the people or the candidate losing the confidence in the system. They lost the confidence in the exam. They lost the confidence in the learning process. They lost the confidence in the education itself, which will have a lot of multifold serious adverse effects. Okay. Many of the students, after we can see a lot of videos in the YouTube and other platforms, X, Twitter, we can see a lot of videos and posts regarding this in X as well as in the YouTube. You can just go through the comments. You can see how much the people are distressed about this discussion, about this postponement or the cancellation of the exam. Many of the students are expressing their lack of trust in the system, in the exam, in the NT and other things. This will have a lot of serious consequences in the future too. Because in India, NET exam is an exam that decides you have the highest qualification in your corresponding subject. We need a lot of students studying in higher education. We need a lot of degree, post-graduation, research and PhD students. For that, we need a lot of assistant professors and associate professors. This is an exam for selecting those. This is an exam for selecting the eligibility of those. And that is being compromised. The quality has been compromised. So what's going to happen in the future? The impacts will be multifold. And similarly, we have recently, as per the latest NTA notification, the PhD admission is going to be based on the NET marks. Many of the universities are waiting for this exam and the result of this exam for the PhD admission. So what's going to happen with regards to that? So many of the things, many of the impacts cannot be reversed just after having another exam in a different way, in a different date. Many of them are irreversible. And the only thing is that ultimately from the system itself, they have found out some sort of compromise has been happened and that has been cancelled. Okay, they have been, and the exam have been cancelled. And only a slight positive aspect is that the issue has been identified by the system itself, and the exam has been cancelled by the NTA itself. In many of the cases, especially in case of NEET and other things, the students and those who are teachers has to complain, it has to go to the court and other things so as to rectify. Here they are telling that they are going to rectify that. This is only the slight positive. But even though many of the impacts that this particular exam has created or cancellation of exam has created will remain as irreversible. And the most important aspect is the traumatic experience of the student also. The Indian competitive examination industry is a highly stressful one. The students are highly stressed and tensed regarding their preparation. It's only after going through such a high stressful situation they have attended the exam. Many of them seems to be qualified, many of them have good mark, many of them have the boundary marks, and they still have to experience the same thing again. It's really a disappointing situation. I expect that NTA will take all this aspect into necessary. I expect that NTA is considering all these serious aspects, and there will be a lot of serious decisions this time made so that it will never be repeated again. Ultimately, it's important we have a lot of students. It's important we have a lot of students who are convinced in the process of exam, so that we have to do a lot of things through the process of education. Let's hope for the best.